Hello and welcome to Question Hour, a unique program on Rajya Sabha TV where we get you questions asked by members in the upper house and replies given by the government, ministries and departments. I'm your host Rajat Kain. I'm joined with my colleague Kriti Mishra.
Thank you so much, Rajat. And there are different types of questions asked by the members of Parliament from government and respective ministries. There are start questions, the unstart questions, and the short notice questions. Now, our show focuses on all the important unstart questions asked by the members of the upper house during the previous sessions of the Rajya Sabha and the response given by the government in written format. So, Rajat, let's begin the show.
Well, the first question of the show asked by member Vandana Chavan from Ministry of Women and Child Development. Now, member asked whether the ministry has undertaken task of organizing gender sensitization programs for judicial personnel and what are the categories of personnel for whom programs have been conducted and number of such programs organized in the last year and current year. What is the state and union territory wise breakup?
And responding to this query, the government says that Ministry of Women and Child Development has requested the National Gender Centre in the Lal Bahadur Shastri National Academy of Administration, Missouri, to include gender sensitization training and capacity building of all the stakeholders, including judiciary, for effective implementation of policies, legislations, programs designed for women's safety, protection and security at ground level. Further, NGC Missouri has organized 8 gender sensitization programs during the last year and current year for the judicial personnel, including judges and district magistrates. The list of gender sensitization programs organized by NGC during the last year and current year for judicial officers has also been annexed in the reply. In addition, 9 gender sensitization trainings have been conducted by the National Judicial Academy, Bhopal, Madhya Pradesh under Department of Justice, Ministry of Law and Justice during the year 2018-19 and 2019-20. And joining us on the Question Hour show through virtual platform is Rajya Sabha MP Vandana Chavan. Ma'am, welcome to Rajya Sabha TV and thank you so much for joining us. Ma'am, as you know, our show focuses on all the important unstart questions of the members of the upper house, and you asked a very important question during the last session, which was about the steps taken by the ministry to organize gender sensitization programs for judicial personnel. Certainly a very important issue. What's your take on government's reply?
We see that the judiciary is a highly male-dominated arena, and yes, now a lot of women are entering even at the judicial magistrate level, the sessions court, the high courts, but still it is pretty much male-dominated, and this on the one side, and on the other side, I would say that there are more and more crimes related to women. Where it is very important to understand what the woman is going through, or even for that matter, the child is going through. We are living in a period of lockdown where all our services, the government services, some of them are completely shut. Even the courts take up only very, very important matters. At least the Supreme Court and the High Courts are working because they work on video conferencing, but the lower courts, unfortunately, are not equipped with this technology, and therefore courts are almost closed. Though the judges come to the court, but the lawyers are still, not being able to function with the social distancing and the new normals, so as to say. And therefore, we see what hits the community the most, or the people the most, is the cases where we have to do gender justice. Just as we have this pandemic, we have a shadow pandemic where women are really taking a toll. Atrocities are happening. Women are not able to impress upon their reproductive rights and so many other things related to women. Even as far as the POCSO law is concerned, the prevention of sexual offences of children, even there the statements of little kids are not being taken by the magistrate. And we all know that we want all these offences to finish fast track, to get justice fast track. And especially in the case of children, I think it's so important because you want the child to forget that bad incident which has happened. But if we are not going to record their statements, and it's going to take a long time to even record the statement, you have to keep the child still alive with that incident. Because if he or she forgets the incident, he is not being able to give the statement, and then the accused is not going to go behind the bars. So it's very important that the judges also understand, the seriousness of these offences, and therefore I feel that gender sensitivity is extremely important. This sensitization has to happen. We cannot live in a society where we are not able to give justice to the 50% population, which bears the brunt of this kind of societal challenge that we have. So it's very important that the government takes up these programs. When I asked the questions to the government, the Women and Child Development Ministry has said that they have requested the National Gender Center to take up sensitization programs. So I think there has to be a tab on whether it's happening in the quantity that we would like it to. Then in the reply that we got, there have only been 8 programs in a year and 9 by the National Judicial Academy at Bhopal and Madhya Pradesh. So what about the other states? Why is it happening there? So I think this is absolutely required, and I would feel, if you ask me what should the government do, no doubt sensitization programs through the academy, but how many judges are taken for training at one given time? I don't have the figures of the number of judges at different levels at this point of time, but I'm sure there are in thousands, and therefore if we have to cater to them, I think there should be online modules for the judges, and all the judges at all levels, especially at the lower level, that means the magistrate and the sessions court level, must definitely be mandated to go through this course to get their further promotion or whatever it is. To get, they have to give a report as to how many cases they have, passed judgment. So along with that, I think they must be given a few set of modules in which gender sensitization should be put there, and unless they don't go through that entire module, there has to be some kind of measure where the judge is not given the further promotion or whatever it may be. But every judge must go through this. Is something that is absolutely a must. Not just here, but even in the case of women lawyers. I have practiced myself for 8 years, and I used to conduct session cases. Well, the senior judges were absolutely fine, but somehow the magistrates, didn't really give the kind of respect, or didn't appreciate or acknowledge that a woman lawyer can be there equally as much as the men. I hope things have changed, because I'm talking about this some years back, 1992, when I left my profession and got into politics. But I don't think things have changed. I think that kind of prejudice against women lawyers still exists, and even that has to change, because they have to realize that you can't keep telling. That applies to the men lawyers as well. That okay, I can't take up the matter now. You can come at 3. At 3, they will say come at 4. You have something to. You have other responsibilities too as a woman. You're multitasking. So these are also simple things which make a difference. So I think the entire look and sensitivity towards women when it comes to crime, when it comes to women as lawyers, has to come in, and I think government has a lot to do there.
All right, on that note, thank you so much for joining us and speaking to us on this important issue.
Thank you, Kriti. It was lovely talking to you as usual.
And now let's move on to the next question asked by member Kanta Kardam, and this question pertains to the Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare. And the member has inquired about the number of cold storages set up in Uttar Pradesh, and also about the steps taken by the government to establish more cold storages throughout the country.
Well, giving a detailed response to query, the ministry said that 1911 were the number of cold storages that were set up in UP as on 31st of December 2019. Now, a study on all India cold chain infrastructure capacity was carried out by NABARD Consultancy Service, assessed a requirement of 106.75 lakh metric ton capacity of cold storages for fruits and vegetables in Uttar Pradesh. Currently, Uttar Pradesh has 156.86 lakh metric tons capacity of cold storages. Now, as per the report received from state government, except storage charges, no extra money is being charged for using cold storage facilities. The government is implementing following schemes under which financial assistance is provided for setting up cold storage throughout the country, including the state of UP. Now, these schemes are Mission for Integrated Development of Horticulture by Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare, and secondly, Pradhan Mantri Kisan Sampada Yojana by Ministry of Food Processing and Industries. Well, moving on to the next question asked by member Harnath Singh Yadav from Ministry of Commerce and Industry. The member asked whether the government has banned the import of chocolates, candies, confectionery, milk and milk-made food products from China, and whether any toxic chemicals is found in the said products being imported from China, which is extremely harmful for human health.
And giving a very specific reply, the government says that since 24th of September 2008, import of milk and milk products from China is prohibited. Since 1st of December 2008, import prohibition from China was extended to chocolates and chocolate products and candies and confectionery and food preparations with milk and milk solids as an ingredient. Since then, import prohibition of the above items from China has been extended from time to time and continues even now. And moving on to the last question of this edition of the Question Hour show, asked by member Sanjay Seth, and this question pertains to the Ministry of Railways. And the member has inquired whether railways are successfully installing radio frequency identification or RFID tags in all the coaches and wagons to track cargo movements, and also other steps taken by the government to help Indian Railways to track coaches and wagons in a timely manner.
Replying in affirmative, the ministry said yes, a project automated rolling stock track and trace system using radio frequency identification, or in short RFID, has been sanctioned at the cost of 62.96 crore to be implemented by Centre for Railway Information System. Now, CRIS, or the Central Railway Information System, has designed the RFID as per requirement of Indian Railways. Now, these tags conform to all relevant global and Indian standards. The project includes fixed and portable readers along with the RFID tagging of coaches and wagons. Now, as on 1st of March 2020, 23,770 wagons and 1,176 coaches have been equipped with RFID tags. Well, moving on further in the reply, the RFID tags can be read by fixed or portable readers without any network connection. Now, real-time information system, that is RTIS, developed in collaboration with ISRO or Indian Space Research Organization, is being installed on various locomotives for automatic acquisition of train movement timings at stations, including that of arrival and departure and or run through. Now, they get automatically plotted on the control chart of those trains in the control office application system. And lastly, RTIS, or the real-time information system, gives mid-section updates with periodicity of 30 seconds. The train collectors can now track the locations and speed of RTIS-enabled locomotives and trains more closely without any manual intervention. The details of passengers and freight trains are fed in coaching operations information system for coaches and freight operation information system for wagons, thus helping the railways to track those coaches and wagons online. The system has been installed in 2,700 locomotives.
So, Rajat, these were the important questions and answers for our viewers at this edition of the Question Hour show.
Well, thanks for watching our program, and also you can join us and catch all the programs on the online platform of YouTube. Thank you for watching RSTV. Goodbye.